Great to see you. My name is Anthony Peck, and I'm the co-founder and executive chairman of Lunit. And Lunit is a company which is actually the first generation deep learning company, and is founded in 2013 with a mission to conquer cancer through AI. Today, I'm going to talk about AI in healthcare and with a special focus on the cancer care space, which is something I've been working on for the past 11 years. So let me talk about the AI in healthcare first. So if we try to think about potential application of AI in healthcare, you can easily come up with a list of items like medical vision analysis, clinical trial matching, patient monitoring at home, drug discovery, etc., etc., etc. So it is not surprising anymore that AI is truly changing the healthcare. So what is the key driving force making these changes? The answer is quite simple. So we want healthcare to maximize the care outcome. And at the same time, we also minimize the cost of care at the same time. So this is the key reason. And this is called value-based care in the healthcare space. And this concept is truly becoming the new standard of care. AI has a true potential to change this new standard of care by optimizing the system. So my perspective on the best use of AI on healthcare is to use it as a system optimizer. So maximizing the outcome under cost constraint, which is what the optimization is. All right, so we can apply this concept into each disease verticals. So when I started Lunit, we decided to focus on cancer care because the size of the social impact of cancer is really tremendous. So it obviously is one of the leading causes of death, and thinking of the size of the money we are spending to fight cancer is amount of $1 trillion every year. It's a huge amount of money. And if we optimize this spending just 1%, then we can create $10 billion market opportunities. So this is how I approach to the cancer care market using AI. So this is something I'm keeping in mind every time I make a very serious strategic decision at Lunit. All right, so this is the big picture, and let me go on the more details what we're doing at Lunit. So actually, we're focusing on two very important areas in the cancer patient journey. So one area is called cancer screening, where we try to detect cancer earlier by using AI. And the second area we are working on is called cancer treatment. So we are trying to detect and have more patients to be eligible for the advanced cancer drugs. So in cancer screening space, the name of our product is called Lunit Insight. And currently, this product supports two types of cancer, lung cancer and breast cancer. And the reason why we are doing these two types of cancer is that those two are the most prevalent type of cancer, and those two cancers are the type of cancer that has a very well-established screening process. So it made us easier to go to the market very easily. So thank you. The accuracy level of our AI is already surpassing the level of human expert. So it is no more surprising right now, but 10 years ago, it was a big surprise to us. And this high level of accuracy is very well validated throughout the more than 150 publications and presentations conducted throughout the world. And on top of this high level of accuracy, we can easily imagine that we can enable the earlier detection of cancer by using this kind of technology. So if we detect the lung cancer 1 or 2 stages earlier, then the survival rate of the patient becomes more than five times up, which is great. And also, if we detect the cancer earlier, we can reduce the significant amount of treatment costs as well. So this is the way to go. So our team is really working hard to make this happen as early as possible. So we are working. So next problem for us is how to scale our AI to the world. So Lunit is a small company based in South Korea, which is very far from the major markets like United States or European countries. So we decided to partner with global medtech giants like GE Healthcare, Philips, or Fujifilm, or Hologic for breast imaging. And these partnerships is covering more than 50% of global market share. And this is great. And thanks to this partnership, we started generating revenue since 2019. And the revenue number is almost doubling every year. Last year, we managed to generate $40 million in revenue, which is the largest number in our competition landscape. Okay, and let me move on to our second product line for cancer treatment. So now everyone knows that every cancer is different, and there's no such treatment option that can cure every type of cancer. So we've been using some very special technology or diagnostic test called the biomarker, which identify the right treatment options for specific patients. And basically, technically speaking, this is a classification test. And classification is something AI works great. So with this idea, we decided to expand our business area towards AI biomarker space. But when we started, we realized that there are so many different types of cancer drugs. So we had to define our focus area to start with. And eventually, we decided to focus on the latest drug mechanisms like immunotherapy or antibody drug conjugate. And for those mechanisms, we're taking 2 different biomarker development methodologies. So first one is to automate the existing biomarker reading or interpretation process, which is heavily relying on the human visual capability. So if you take a look at this image, the concordance rate or agreement between pathologists are surprisingly low than expected. So this leads to some situation where the patients miss the opportunity to receive the right treatment. But if we apply AI, we can eliminate this kind of situation, and we can increase the number of the patients to be eligible for the advanced cancer drug. And the second one is to create the novel AI biomarker from scratch. So which is more challenging, so high risk and high return approach. And it also requires much more scientific evidences. But we are doing these 2 approaches at the same time because we don't know which one will show the product market fit. So we invested a lot of efforts in developing the scientific evidences so far. So we managed to publish or present 100 scientific publications throughout the world. And on top of these evidences, we are actively seeking to partner with the big pharmaceutical companies that has some drug pipelines with some drug mechanisms, our biomarker support. So let me tell you a little bit about our research. So this immunotherapy biomarker is already proven to be superior to the existing biomarkers like PD-L1 or TMB or MSI kind of things. So this is great. And we also recently scaled out our business to ADC drug, which is very well known by the blockbuster drug called NR2. And NR2 drug uses HER2 protein expression as a biomarker. And there are several different levels of expression. And what you see on the screen is called HER2 ultra low. And as you can see, it is very, very difficult for human to identify this category. But if we apply AI to these kind of images, we can correctly, objectively identify the very subtle expression of HER2 protein. So we might be able to increase the number of patients to be eligible for HER2 treatment. And this is just the beginning in our ADC biomarker development. So there are more than 50 biomarker targets coming in to the market. So we can apply similar methodology to support all these biomarker targets. So this business is also very promising. Okay, so let me conclude my talk by telling a little bit more about how we are preparing for the future advancement of AI. So we are still continuing to optimize this $1 trillion industry. But we are very open to, we're very flexible in using some technologies. So we are very open to adopting the latest advancements in AI, something like foundation model, multimodal AI, and even a large language model as well. So let me give you some example. So we've been trying testing our foundation model for chest X-ray to test the capability of zero-shot prediction. So the reason why we are doing this is that if we try to increase the number of detection targets from chest X-ray images, we have to invest a lot of efforts and times for annotating the medical images we have. It takes a lot of time. But if we have a very well-trained foundation model, then we can easily increase the number of detection targets without any annotation. So we validated this concept with the chest X-ray model, and as you can see on the screen, the performance level is very impressive. And we also conducted another comparison test with Google's one. So Google also released their foundation model for chest X-ray. And we conducted the head-to-head test, and surprisingly, our model was much better than the Google's one. So even though our model also has been trained a little less amount of training data. So I'm very optimistic that this approach will enable us to rapidly scale our capabilities of products. And also we are working on some multimodal AI, especially for the development of AI biomarker. So in the pilot study, we just added chest CT data on top of the cancer biomarker we already developed. And just by adding chest CT data, increased 10% point of accuracy of predicting the drug responder of lung cancer. So we are very bullish on this kind of approach, but the issue is that these approaches require much larger scale of training data. So we started building the world's largest cancer data platform on the cloud. This is going to take a very long time, but we already started our first step. We already took our first step towards this direction by acquiring a New Zealand company, New Zealand-based company called Volpara. So they are a category leader in breast cancer risk assessment and breast density assessment space. But the best part of this partnership is that they have an access to all the breast imaging data they are analyzing. And the number of data is kind of 20 million cases per year. So it is really great. So we already started integrating our AI training infrastructure with their data platform. And I'm expecting that the new AI data flywheel goes up and running starting from next year. So I'm really looking forward to see. Okay, so this is the end of my presentation, and I hope you enjoyed my thoughts on how AI can impact on healthcare. And so please keep your eyes on our future progress, and thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.